Imagine waking up tomorrow morning and looking out toward the ocean, only to realize something is terribly wrong. The waves are gone. The sound of crashing water has disappeared. And where the ocean once stretched to the horizon, there is now nothing but miles of empty seabed. Ships sit stranded in the sand. Massive sea creatures lie exposed under the sun. Entire coastlines look completely different overnight. But this isn't just strange. It would be one of the most catastrophic events in human history. So what would actually happen if the ocean disappeared overnight? First, we need to understand just how big the oceans really are. Earth's oceans cover more than 70% of the planet's surface and hold over 96% of all the water on Earth. If all of that water suddenly vanished, the world would look completely unrecognizable. Coastal cities like Los Angeles, Tokyo, and Sydney would suddenly overlook enormous empty landscapes where water once existed. Instead of beaches and waves, there would be massive cliffs dropping down into the deep ocean floor. Some parts of the ocean are incredibly deep. The Mariana Trench, the deepest point in the ocean, reaches nearly 7 miles down, stretching miles into the earth. But the visual change would only be the beginning. The moment the ocean disappeared, a massive ecological disaster would begin. The oceans are home to nearly 80% of all life on Earth. Fish, whales, sharks, coral reefs, and countless other species depend on the ocean to survive. Without water, most marine animals would die within minutes or hours. Billions of sea creatures would suddenly be exposed to the air. Coastlines around the world would quickly become filled with stranded marine life. Within days, the smell of decaying sea creatures would spread across entire regions. But the ocean does something even more important than supporting marine life. It helps us breathe. Tiny organisms called phytoplankton live near the surface of the ocean. These microscopic organisms use sunlight to produce oxygen through photosynthesis. Scientists estimate that phytoplankton produce nearly half of the oxygen in Earth's atmosphere. Without oceans, these organisms would disappear, and over time, the amount of oxygen available to humans would slowly begin to decline. The oceans also play a critical role in controlling Earth's climate. Water absorbs heat from the sun during the day and releases it slowly at night. Without oceans, temperatures would become much more extreme. Days would become incredibly hot, while nights could become freezing cold. Weather patterns would begin to collapse. Storm systems rely on evaporation from the ocean to form clouds and rainfall. Without oceans, rainfall would dramatically decrease across much of the planet. Many regions could slowly turn into deserts, making farming extremely difficult. Global food production would suffer, and shortages could quickly become a major problem. But something incredible would also happen if the ocean disappeared. For the first time in human history, we would be able to see the entire ocean floor. Beneath the oceans lies a massive hidden world filled with enormous mountain ranges, deep trenches, and underwater volcanoes. In fact, the longest mountain range on Earth is not on land. It lies beneath the ocean. It's called the Mid-Ocean Ridge, and it stretches for more than 40,000 miles around the planet. Without water covering it, this gigantic mountain system would suddenly become visible. Scientists and explorers would discover landscapes humans have never seen before. However, exploring these regions might not be safe. Many underwater volcanoes could become unstable without the pressure of the ocean above them. Earthquakes could increase, and gases trapped beneath the ocean floor might escape into the atmosphere. Meanwhile, human civilization would face enormous challenges. The global economy depends heavily on ocean transportation. More than 90% of international trade is shipped across the oceans. Without water, cargo ships would become useless. Millions of jobs in shipping, fishing, and tourism would disappear almost instantly. Entire industries would struggle to survive. But the most terrifying question would still remain unanswered. Where did the water go? Earth's oceans contain more than 300 million cubic miles of water. That water couldn't simply disappear. If it moved somewhere else, there's a chance it could eventually come back. Imagine trillions of gallons of water suddenly returning to Earth all at once. Massive floods would sweep across continents. Cities could vanish beneath enormous waves. Entire coastlines would be reshaped overnight. Civilization as we know, it might not survive such an event. Thankfully, the ocean disappearing overnight is extremely unlikely. But thinking about scenarios like this reminds us just how important the oceans really are. They regulate our climate, produce oxygen, support billions of living creatures, and help keep our planet stable. Without them, Earth would become a very different and much harsher place to live. But now I want to hear from you. If the ocean suddenly disappeared tomorrow, what do you think humanity would do first?